Back in the lab, currently in the old neighborhood at undisclosed location, and making some music. I have a new tape. I'd like to say, I don't like saying album. I think album is kind of a scary word to a lot of people. But I have a new tape or whatever coming out, and that comes out, I want to say that'll be done by New Year's for sure. But it's called Dog DNA, and there's a lot of different kinds of music in there. I mean, like, I've been working with a lot of different styles lately. So, like, because I'm a DJ, but people are like, you're not on the CDJs, so you can't be a DJ. There's no possible way you could be a DJ, but, you know, you know, so I'm working, I have a lot of new tracks that are, you know, based in jungle and drum and bass and, you know, a lot different styles than what people are used to for me, which is, you know, mostly hip hop oriented, mostly, you know, kind of ambient noise, kind of stuff. So we're kind of taking more liberty with this next project. Me and the shareholders.
Alright, so tell us about, like, you know, how you started making music and, like, how that all began.
That's a long story. My mom put me in piano lessons probably when I was, like, I want to say like 10. I was pretty young going to piano. And I had this great teacher, and she was always trying to kind of push me to, like, and I feel like she kind of knew that I was an anxious kid. Like, I think that's kind of how I started my love for music, because I've always been a listener, and I think almost everyone is a listener. Run away from someone who says they don't listen to music, psychopath. But, like, I was kind of corralled into being a musician. Because I think my mom really did mean the best and was like, yeah, like, we want you to stay out of trouble. We want you to not do stupid shit or whatever. And, you know, so I stuck with it, and I think I was probably about 16 or 17 when I left home, and then started making music downtown in front of Pacific Place. And that's, like, surprisingly enough, that's where a lot of people actually know me from. Because I started playing in the bars and stuff, and I got into, you know, we had that Turntable Sunday joint that was going for a while, and I've been playing in bars ever since. But it was really funny to run into people and have them be like, oh, I know you from busking, you know, like, you're that synth kid that used to play in front of Pacific Place or whatever. And I think that's cool, and that's kind of where a lot of it comes from, is it's like, I'm just not good at anything else. Like, I'm not very
Was that like a sitcom?
That was like, yeah, I
Like
did
some
this,
fucking late night show shit?
some Seinfeld ass shit for
Yeah.
y'all. But no, I'm just not very good at anything else. Like, I mean, I'm good with my hands. I work. I do a lot of gardening. I do a lot of, I'm good with the dirt, but I'm not good with much else. And so, music kind of was like when I got my hands on, my first little Casio keyboard or whatever. It was really a big deal. But that kind of pushed me, after I got out of playing on the streets, I ended up playing in bars, ended up playing in all these other places, and then now I'm here. I used to go by Ancient Mariner. Now people know me as Combat Mommy. Music's changed. The shit I'm doing's changed. I'm a different person now.
So,
I mean, when I was doing my Ancient Mariner project, like it was I feel like it was egoic, it was masculine, it was, punk, it was go, go, go. It was very all about me. And I think that then I started to do my transition, and now I'm like 2 years into my transition. The music has changed. How I feel about my body and myself has changed. How I feel about my life and my relations with other people. And I think that's a big part of the transformation, as well as just my heart is less angry, if that's believable. But I think that that's kind of where I'm at with this. This new project is kind of a reflection of the militancy and the anger and the strife, but in a way that's controlled, and it's palpable and it's mature. And I think that's the one thing that people that know me as Ancient Mariner and then hear my music as Combat Mommy and have heard the last 2 tapes are like, wow, well, this music is a lot more mature. There's a lot more order to it. There's bridges now. Wow, put a bridge in the music, after all those ones I've burned. So, I mean, I think that music is people in time and place, right? And for me, I'm in a weird place, but I'm in a good time.
do you feel like you can use, or like you've come to know more that music is a means or a vehicle to express political beliefs, and it's like a revolutionary tool?
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Well, I think that's why I feel like a lot of the new project I have, the samples that I use, like the sample that you heard in that was Malcolm addressing Berkeley College in I can't remember the year particularly, but that's his famous speech, Ballot or Bullet or Ballot, right? So you like injecting those little subliminals in there, and people are so sample hungry in music lately. Like I'm a DJ, but I am the sample.
Yeah, you can play an instrument.
Yeah, like I know if I like. Here, I got one. I got one for y'all. I Stay Flossin'. You ready? I stay flossin'. You know what I mean?
What song is that?
That's Mike Jones, right?
I don't know.
I can't remember, but it's like people are so sample hungry, right? We live in this, the music industry is entirely oversaturated.
Yeah. And
I see people co-opting, and I see the co-option, the active co-option of revolutionary ideals in a city where people would rather be friends with moneyed whites than be around poor blacks.
With the whole co-opting nature, because like, for instance, like the revolutionaries that like there's an anarchist black movement isn't a threat to white society.
Truly.
It's just not.
It's not.
Because that means that we're destroying our own. Well, I feel like I see a similar transition from what, for me, myself, and a lot of people, to where it's like Ancient Mariner, you were more angry about gentrification. Because I was at that same point.
Yeah.
At that point.
Well, we just seen all of it happen right then.
So
the
like
issues have
Mariner,
changed.
You're like,
yeah.
I am a Mariner, like the sports team. Like I've been here. You know what I mean? But then now, it's actually getting to a point to where our country's getting closer to like a fucking civil war.
Yeah, we're moving into See, and this is my thing, is I want to make this very clear to people. Violence is nothing but a tool. Violence itself, the idea of violence, is nothing but a tool. And what you do with that tool is up to you. Are we going to build a house? Or are you going to come find me sleeping and hit me over the head with the hammer that we were supposed to use to build this house? So that's why I think Combat Mommy is like, it's subversive in a way where it's like, you could see it as Combat Mommy, like mommy's in combat. Or you could see it as Combat Mommy. Like, people say Big Brother, but like, I'd like to raise the stake. How did white women become that? How did white women get to the point where we're seeing regular ass people be like she, her? I think we should normalize pronouns. I don't think that bozos who have no business in gay people's business or gender non-conforming people's business or trans people's business should be doing that. I think it's actually causing more of a problem than it is helping.
You saying like the white women getting involved with queer stuff?
Yeah, like I'm queer. I'm going to the bar. I'm queer. I'm going to the bar with my boyfriend. We're having a good time. It's just a fun little thing for us. And it's like, no, I'm here because like I can't go to your bar.
Fucking go.
Yeah, like I'll get harassed if I go to that bar.
And not to mention that they tend to police the queer community.
Absolutely.
Like, they really do. Like,
well,
they like I don't know.
I think add blackness into the scenario in any of these situations, and it's already a no-go for these people. And then you add blackness, and then you add transsexual identities, gender nonconformism, people that are not interested in traditional westernized concepts of gender or sexuality. No. And there's no room for people like us here with this in the current paradigm. Yeah.
That was the sound of Europe taking an L.
Truly. That was the sound of rats crumping in Europe.